So that, yes, we can do that. Perfect. All right, so first of all, thank you everybody for your patience. We're gonna call the meeting to order at 6:05 PM. I'm gonna go over who's here, and then I'll make a brief statement, and then we're gonna get to what's on our agenda. So I am Glenisa Gaillard. I am the chair of the planning board, and here with me I have Shadi Khadivi. I want to pronounce everyone's name wrong, right? So just be patient with me. Rachel Bridester. We have Paige Barnum. I remember Barnum Bailey, our attorney, and planning board staff. So before we get moving, I do want to do a very quick statement. So before we proceed today, the two items on our agenda for tonight, and we only have two items tonight. As chair of the planning board, I would like to address a significant interest that has been expressed by regional residents for a conceptual proposal to locate a data center at the site known as Kenwood Commons, located at 451 Southern Boulevard. As of this time, the city of Albany does not have an application for a data center or any other use to be located in Kenwood Commons. If at any point the city does receive an application, it would go through the required municipal review process, which would include public notice and public comment throughout this process. As there is no submitted application for planning staff review, the planning board will not be hearing public comment on this or any other conceptual proposals at this time. This is consistent with our longstanding policy. We encourage anyone with additional comments on the inclusion of the data center in the city's USDO to please reach out to your local and state elected officials so that appropriate policies and regulations can be put in place to respond to your concerns. So thank you. So with that, we're going to now go onto our agenda. Even though we had scheduled two items, there's actually one, and we're postponing another item for our July board meeting. So we're only going to deal with project number CUP, which is a conditional use permit, -2026-09, located at 56 Robbins Street. This is a conversion of an unoccupied ground floor into an event space. The applicant is McKinley Branch. If Mr. Branch is available, or Ms. Branch, you come on up. Now you should have submitted with the planning board conceptual plan that you'll be going over with us today. So the floor is yours.
I mean, what you want to know? I've been there. You know, I've been on Robert Street since 1993.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I that first corner right there. That's where I was first, from 1993 to 2011, right on Robert Central corner. Then I got that building right there in 2012 to today. You know, I've been there over 34 years. You know, so I mean, I've been. That's my block. So I mean, I'm trying to do an event space down there. You know, the building a half a block big. It's well big enough. You know, I've been doing a lot of family events and stuff like that. People want to share it, and I want to share it with the community. And basically, I got, you know, I protect that area. I've been holding it down for more than half my life. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants it, so I'm trying to get what they want.
So I'm assuming, so will this be a rental space?
I mean, I'm mostly doing for family and stuff like that, but they getting older and all that, and they want to do their little birthday parties and stuff like that. It's many. I've been doing stuff, but they said in order for me to let other people share it, I gotta do this. You know, I had the building for forever already. You know, no complaints, never nothing. You know, I take care of that area myself. I've been doing it for, like I said, as long as I have.
Yeah, no worries. No, I totally get it. We just have to make sure it conforms within our USDO, so yeah. That's why we're asking.
I know, I've been going through this since January, so.
No, understood.
You know what I'm saying?
But getting here, it gets you closer to the end. So you're saying like birthday parties, you're not trying to have like a club space?
No, it's not a club, it's an event space.
No,
it's not, it's an event space.
Any questions from the board?
Does he have, this is the drawing, so there's two means of egress?
Yes, 2 doors in the front. Yeah. 2 doors, they open backwards. Everything is zoned out. Everything is. So we can go there right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, it's ready.
So you have 2 bathrooms, I'm seeing.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, and no kitchen.
No, it's just event space. So, just for the event, no food. You gotta bring what you bring in. Ain't none of that. Ain't no
Okay.
gas line. Ain't no none of that. Ain't no water line. That's it right there.
Okay.
That's it.
What about parking, for instance?
I mean, the parking is real good because that's Sherman Street. That's in back of Central. So most of the stores on Central Ave, they're the whole block. So nobody lives back there. You know what I'm saying? Like Sherman Street, like on this side of the street, nobody lives. And then you got the whole Central Ave. It's basically the Sherman Street is the back of Central Ave. All the stores on Central Ave, they let out on Sherman Street. So that's the back door. Nobody even lives that whole block. All the way going down, you know what I'm saying, from the school, up on top of the school, all the way to Lexington. If you look, nobody even lives on the whole Robin Street. From the corner of Central Robin all the way down to Sherman Street, nobody even lives there. That's my building, the whole block almost.
Okay.
But nobody even lives there. Across the street, nobody
Can you
lives
park
there.
on Robin Street? Just looking from here, it's not clear because it's.
Yeah, you can park on Robin
narrow.
Street. Yeah, you can park on Robin Street.
Oh, okay.
That's why I park right in front of you. You can park on Robin. You can park. That's why you don't see no cars all the way down that street. That's all back of. See, that's all the back of Central Ave.
Okay.
So it's all the way parking all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And all the way down that street and all across Robin. You see, nobody lives there from Central and Robin all the way down there. Nobody lives there. So that's all parking. That's why you don't see no cars there right now. And after 5, Central Ave closed, so nobody been living there. It ain't just start today. That's been like that forever.
And I understand the hours to be to 9 p.m.
So I mean, it's an event space. So I mean, what do the hours have to be? What is a certain amount of hours that have to be? If somebody's doing a party, you gotta tell them to get out.
I'm sorry, it just since the application says 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
I just had to put something on this. That might be vague because it all depends on what type of event.
So I would check with the city code, because that tells you what hours you can go up to,
All right.
depending on.
So whatever I have to comply with, obviously I'm gonna comply with it. I don't got a problem with that.
Right, so on this application, on the application submitted, it says 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, I just put a general hour because somebody, you know what I'm saying, just general in there. Different things. If somebody do a baby shower, that's gonna be in the morning time. That's not gonna even be at nighttime. So it's
Mom's gonna be tired.
Any other questions for the board?
And that lot right across, I could use that lot too. See that lot right across, an empty lot, like right across where nobody's at.
Well, you gotta make sure nobody owns it, do you?
No, I know it. What are you talking about? That's my block. I could
understand,
park there.
but-
I could do a picnic there. I could do whatever I want.
I wanna
I
make
got
sure,
you.
you know.
I got you. I'm just saying.
Any other questions? All right, so if there's no other questions, I'm gonna hand it over to, planning board staff.
Yeah, we can receive any public comment, obviously.
Yeah.
It's, it's not the usual CUP that we see for an additional unit, it's just for a change of use to what we categorize as restaurant, because we don't really have an event space definition in our code. We classified it as a type 2, so no further action is required. As you can see in the restaurant definition, it does mention, incidental sale, blah, blah, blah. It does generally fit within that, but because restaurant is conditionally permitted in this district, it requires a CUP. And we did refer it to Albany County Planning Board. We got that recommendation back yesterday to defer to local consideration. They did ask that the applicant elaborate on types of events and gatherings, but that's an advisory comment. And I feel we have generally understood what the proposed gatherings and events would be. It's just a quick analysis of the block. There are some residential units, but obviously also parking and vacant parcels.
Yeah, there's nobody live there.
So it's not the usual residential conversion criteria. It's just the review standards for the conditional use permit. So it didn't seem like it resulted in a random pattern of development. It's, the existing building staying as is, it's entirely internal. there would be no change to external character of the neighborhood. As we discussed the hours, the application says no live music, just a Bluetooth speaker. So it seems like the noise would be, relatively mild, and there's a maximum capacity of 43 people, which is partially why this application has come before us. The MUNE obviously is for both residential as well as commercial. It just generally fits in there. Obviously, the commercial side is kind of on the other side of Sherman on Central, and there's some residential as well. So again, it generally fits within that neighborhood description. There are other restaurants in the surrounding neighborhood, obviously, along Central, but as the application, it does not propose to cook any food or sell liquor. It doesn't seem like it would be direct competition to that, and it doesn't necessarily have any harmful or cumulative effects on any similar uses. There aren't necessarily matching event spaces in the general area. As we said, there's no external work proposed, so there would also be no modifications or changes to the existing utilities or facilities. And as we discussed, there seems to be generally parking spaces available. And as the applicant said, the event space would primarily be used for personal, friend and family events, and just kind of general community. That is what we had. Based on conversation, I can just, we haven't seen any complaints about the space or anything. There's nothing in C-Fix or in our Gov website. Did just want to say, formerly cabaret license, now accessory entertainment. If at any point there were to be live music or more kind of a louder amplification that could prompt that.
Nah, ain't no live music and none of that.
Well, I want to be clear on how we define live music. So live music isn't just like a band coming in, that includes a DJ. So if you're gonna have a DJ, that can be considered live music as well. So I just want to be clear that I understand like live music.
So when somebody do a party, they can't do, if they do
you can
event,
do it out of a Bluetooth speaker, but you can't bring in a local DJ to do a party.
With an amp, right?
Huh?
With an amp.
Yeah, it's really like about
It's really about the
level of
amplification.
Right.
So what you gotta do to do that?
You gotta have a cabaret license.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say, event spaces, they be having, you go to event space, they doing all type of stuff in there.
They
So I
probably
never,
have a cabaret.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, all right.
So just saying it for the record, we don't expect any people right now. If any point in the future you do.
Now, I'm glad you're saying it, because I got, you see other people doing stuff, and you figure, they doing it, I don't know if they
That
can,
doesn't
were supposed to, or they did it the right way.
You want to do it the right way.
Yeah, sometimes the way they doing it, I could just did it, take me half a year. I see why sometimes they got to do what they got to do, because you got to survive out here. I get what you say, everybody doing their job, but people got to survive. How somebody going to survive if it take them 10 months to open something up? I'm just being, I'm just laying it out there. Everybody got to eat, everybody got to survive. You feel what I'm saying? So, you got to look at the whole spectrum. You can't just look at one side and figure that's the way it is. That's cool, but then it ain't cool when you in that same position. So it depends on who's in that position, and that person's going to have a different understanding, a different perspective of the idea as well. So that's just how I feel about that. I know I'm protected, and I'm going to hold it down like I've been doing.
I think it might be helpful to provide a printout of what the definitions are.
Yeah.
So that way it's clear as to what it is.
Yeah, right.
There's no,
So yeah, at any point in the future you need one, so you would know.
that way you understand the process. It
No, I
doesn't-
understand. It's just some more paperwork. If I want to do something else, I got it. Pretty much.
You'd also have to get like approval from the fire department, the police department, various sign off from your common council member.
Yeah, that's
There's a
why it's
process.
important to see the document to understand the process.
What do you mean? Like, you just lost me with that. I thought this is the approval.
No, this is the approval, but if you want to have more what we're talking about.
All right. Yeah, I already know with the city and all that. Yeah, I already know about all that.
Yeah, there's a
That's the
process
city thing
to
right
that.
there. It was getting ahead of me.
Okay,
Cause I got something else going on with the club and stuff, and they doing it. They got to do
okay, so you should be.
it. So I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So, wait a minute. Alright. So based on that, staff recommends that we approve the conditional use permit, CUP -2026-09. Can I get a motion? Second.
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. So it's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any, denials, declinations? Alright, so it's passed, so congratulations.
All right, well,
Have fun.
thank you. So what that mean?
means
She said I
you-
gotta call some other people, that's why I ain't moved yet, who I gotta call now?
No,
That's where, if you are seeking a cabaret license.
I thought you said you gotta call this person,
you
cause I already did it with the city, came, somebody from the city, they didn't do the inspection, but my man came in, and he worked for him down there, he told me what to do, so I already know them when they come in, that's why I said we can go over there right now. So I know I had to fill out some other papers, like for COs and stuff, like I filled out some other stuff too.
That's for the building permit, right?
Yeah, so that's,
So you've done it with the building department.
yeah, I already did that, but I guess they gotta come back and do some stuff too, like, that's what I'm saying, I don't know, I did that
so
way,
they'll
all this stuff
contact
way
you when
back
they're
in
ready for it to
January.
come back out, yeah, they'll definitely contact.
Oh, so they gotta come back out now.
If
I'm
you
not
got
sure.
the CO, that's not our department.
Right.
That's not.
Oh, all right,
We
yeah, I'm
just
good.
We just approved use.
Oh, all right, good, all right,
We don't wanna
good.
confuse your process.
I don't know, this is a bit confusing, thank you, I
No
appreciate it.
problem.
Have a good
Good
night.
night.
A lot of people outside.
Yeah. Alright, so that is the only thing that was on our agenda, so do we have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Alright. Yay. We don't need to vote on it, Jenny, but
I figured.
all set. Uneventful, yay.